Laos unfolds like a secret whispered between mountains. It is a land sculpted by time and water, where jagged limestone karsts pierce the sky like ancient teeth. Here, the world feels raw, untouched. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming frangipani, a perfume that clings to the very soul of the place. Rivers, the lifeblood of this nation, meander slowly, their surfaces reflecting the deep emerald green of the jungle that crowds their banks. This is a landscape that does not shout for attention. It murmurs, inviting you closer to listen to its ancient stories. The mountains are not mere rock and soil. They are living things, draped in a cloak of vegetation so dense it seems to breathe. At dawn, a sea of mist settles in the valleys, creating islands of green that float on a white ocean. As the sun climbs, the mist dissolves, revealing a world of impossible beauty. Waterfalls cascade down hidden cliffs, their spray feeding the lush ferns and mosses that carpet the forest floor. This is a vertical world, a kingdom of heights and depths, where every peak holds a new perspective, and every valley cradles a quiet mystery waiting to be discovered. This is a wild space, a sanctuary for life in its purest form. Gibbons call from the high canopy, their songs echoing through the morning air. Elephants, gentle giants, move with a quiet grace through the dense undergrowth, their presence a reminder of a more primal time. The slow-moving Mekong River, a serpent of brown and silver, carries with it the silt and stories of a continent. Its waters are home to creatures both strange and wonderful. A hidden world that moves to a rhythm all its own. In Laos, nature is not something you visit, it is something you are immersed in. The sense of peace here is profound. It is a quiet that is not empty, but full of life. It is the hum of insects, the rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird. The pace of life slows to match the flow of the river, and the worries of the outside world seem to fade away. This is a land that encourages you to pause, to look, to listen. It is a place to reconnect with something fundamental, something that is often lost in the noise of modern life. The wild beauty of Laos is not just a spectacle, it is a form of meditation. Our journey begins on the water, aboard a long, slender boat that cuts silently through the river's surface. The engine hums a low, steady rhythm, a gentle counterpoint to the symphony of the jungle. We are moving through a landscape that feels eternal, a place where time itself seems to have slowed. On either side, the forest rises like a green wall, impenetrable and mysterious. Occasionally, a gap in the trees reveals a small village, a cluster of wooden houses on stilts, their inhabitants living in harmony with the river that sustains them. This is travel as it was meant to be, slow, deliberate, and deeply immersive. The affordability of this land is remarkable. A handful of coins can secure a meal of fragrant, sticky rice, grilled fish fresh from the river, and a plate of spicy green papaya salad. The cost of living is so modest that it allows for a different kind of wealth, the wealth of time. One can afford to linger, to spend days exploring a single village, or trekking to a hidden waterfall without the constant pressure of a ticking clock or a dwindling budget. This is not a place of hurried consumption, but of slow, meaningful experience. The true value of Laos lies not in what you can buy, but in what you can be. Each day unfolds with a simple, unhurried grace. Mornings are for watching the world awaken, for sipping strong, sweet coffee as the mist burns off the water. Afternoons are for gentle exploration, for following a path that leads into the forest, or for simply sitting by the river, watching the world go by. The people we meet are generous with their smiles and their time. They are curious, but respectful. Their warmth, a genuine expression of a culture that values human connection. This is a journey not just through a physical landscape, but through a way of life. As we drift deeper into the heart of the country, the modern world seems to fall away completely. There are no billboards, no traffic jams, no incessant demands for our attention. Instead, there is the river, the sky, and the endless green of the jungle. We learn to read the clouds, to recognize the calls of different birds, to feel the subtle shifts in the wind. This is a journey of reconnection, a process of shedding the unnecessary and rediscovering the essential. The affordability is merely a gateway to a much richer experience, the chance to live simply and to be profoundly present. The daily life of the Lao people is a tapestry woven with threads of tradition, community, and a deep connection to the land. In the early morning, as the first light touches the sky, the villages stir. Saffron-robed monks emerge from their temples, walking silently through the streets to collect alms. The air fills with the gentle clang of temple bells and the soft murmur of prayers. This ancient ritual, performed daily, sets the tone for the day, one of reverence, gratitude, and a quiet sense of order. It is a rhythm that has been passed down through generations, a heartbeat that pulses steadily through the nation. Work is tied to the seasons and the land. In the rice paddies, families work together, their movement synchronized and efficient. Water buffalo, patient and strong, plow the muddy fields, their broad backs glistening in the sun. The laughter of children echoes through the fields as they help with smaller tasks, or play games in the shade of a banyan tree. There is a sense of shared purpose, of community, that is palpable. Life is not a race against the clock, but a dance with the natural cycles of planting and harvest, rain and sun. The markets are the vibrant heart of every town. Here, the bounty of the land is on full display. Pyramids of exotic fruits, piles of fiery chilies, and baskets of fresh herbs. The air is a heady mix of smells: lemongrass, ginger, grilled meat, and the earthy scent of fresh vegetables. People gather not just to trade but to socialize, to exchange news and gossip. The sounds are a joyful cacophony of bargaining, laughter, and the sizzle of food being cooked over open fires. It is a place of abundance, a celebration of the richness that the land provides. As evening falls, a sense of tranquility descends. Families gather on the verandas of their homes, sharing a simple meal and the stories of the day. The sounds of the village soften to the chirping of crickets and the gentle murmur of conversation. There are no bright city lights to obscure the stars, which shine with an astonishing brilliance in the dark sky. It is a life lived on a human scale, a life that is both simple and deeply fulfilling. The gentle existence of the Lao people is perhaps the country's greatest treasure, a lesson in contentment and peace. It was in a small village, nestled by the river, that I met her. She was not a queen or a celebrity, but just an ordinary woman selling fruit by the side of a dusty path. Her face was a map of her life, etched with the fine lines of sun and laughter. Her hands, though weathered from years of work, moved with a delicate grace as she arranged a pile of mangoes. There was a light in her eyes, a warmth that seemed to radiate from her very being. She looked up as I approached, and her face broke into a smile that was genuine, open, and utterly captivating. Her beauty was not the kind found on the glossy pages of a magazine or a filtered digital screen. It was something far more profound, more real. It was the beauty of authenticity, of a life lived with purpose and grace. It was in the way she moved, the way she spoke, the quiet confidence in her gaze. She offered me a piece of fruit, her gesture simple and unadorned, yet filled with a kindness that needed no translation. In that moment, the manufactured perfection of the digital world seemed hollow, a pale imitation of the real thing. We spoke for a while, our conversation a mix of broken words and shared gestures. She told me about her family, her village, the river that had been her companion since birth. Her voice was soft, melodic, like the sound of the wind in the bamboo. She laughed often, a sound that was rich and full of life. There was no artifice about her, no attempt to be anything other than what she was. She was a living embodiment of the spirit of Laos, resilient, gentle, and deeply connected to her world. Her image remains, with me, more vivid than any photograph. It is a reminder that the truest beauty is found not in perfection, but in authenticity. It is in the kindness of a stranger, the warmth of a smile, the grace of a life lived in harmony with the world. This encounter was a gift, a glimpse into the soul of Laos. It was a powerful testament to the fact that the most unforgettable things in life are not things at all, but the moments of genuine human connection that enrich us and change us forever. To truly know Laos, one must learn to listen. Close your eyes, and the world transforms into a symphony of sound. The day begins with the crescendo of the forest awakening. The air, cool and still before dawn, is suddenly filled with the chorus of gibbons. Their haunting, melodic calls cascade through the canopy, a territorial pronouncement that echoes for miles across the valleys. This is the primal sound of the jungle, a daily reminder that you are a guest in a realm governed by ancient natural laws. The sound is both beautiful and honestly, just slightly unnerving, a song from the heart of the wild. As the sun climbs higher, the symphony shifts. The urgent calls of the gibbons give way to a more complex orchestration. The constant, high-pitched hum of cicadas provides a steady drone, a sonic foundation upon which other sounds are layered. Birds of countless species add their own unique voices to the mix. The sharp cry of a hawk, the cheerful chatter of bulbuls, the strange, percussive call of a woodpecker, the rustle of leaves in the undergrowth might signal a foraging squirrel or a shy deer, their movements adding a subtle, rhythmic percussion to the soundscape of the forest. The presence of water adds another layer of sound. The slow, deep voice of the Mekong River is a constant, a soothing murmur that speaks of its long journey from the Tibetan plateau. In the mountains, the sound of water is more varied and energetic. It is the roar of a waterfall, a powerful display of nature's force. It is the cheerful gurgle of a stream as it tumbles over moss-covered rocks. It is the gentle lapping of waves against the side of a boat. These sounds are the lifeblood of the forest, a constant reminder of the element that shapes and sustains this incredible ecosystem. Even the wind has a voice here. It whispers through the bamboo groves, creating a soft, rustling sound that is both calming and mysterious. It sighs through the high branches of the dipterocarp trees, a low, mournful sound that seems to carry the secrets of the forest. It carries the scent of rain, the perfume of flowers, the distant sounds of village life. To listen to the sounds of Laos is to listen to the pulse of the planet. It is a language that requires no translation, a universal music that speaks directly to the soul. Laos is more than a destination. It is a feeling. It is the peace that settles in your soul as you watch the sunset paint the Mekong River in shades of orange and gold. It is the joy of a simple meal, shared with new friends. It is the sense of wonder that fills you as you stand in the presence of ancient mountains and deep, mysterious forests. This is a land that gets under your skin, that weaves its way into your memory and stays there long after you have left. The beauty of Laos is not just in its landscapes, but in its ability to change the way you see the world. This is a paradise, but not in the conventional sense. There are no sprawling resorts or crowded beaches. Its luxury lies in its simplicity, its richness in its authenticity. It is a paradise for the soul, a place to escape the noise and distractions of the modern world and reconnect with something more fundamental. The affordability of Laos makes this paradise accessible, not just to the wealthy, but to anyone with a curious spirit and a desire for genuine experience. It is a place where you can trade the pursuit of material wealth for the pursuit of time, peace, and understanding. The true magic of Laos lies in its people. Their warmth, their gentleness, their unwavering grace in the face of hardship is the country's greatest asset. They are the guardians of a culture that values community over individualism, contentment over ambition. They are the living embodiment of the spirit of this land, a spirit that is both resilient and deeply peaceful. To travel through Laos is to be humbled by their kindness, inspired by their strength, and enriched by their wisdom. Their smiles are the most beautiful landscape of all. Laos is a land of contrasts, of rugged mountains and gentle rivers. of vibrant markets and quiet temples, of ancient traditions and a slowly changing world. It is a place of profound beauty, both in its natural landscapes and in the hearts of its people. It is a reminder that the world can still hold secrets, that there are still places where life moves at a human pace, and that the cheapest things in life, a smile, a kind word, a beautiful sunset, are often the most valuable. This is the unforgettable paradise of Laos, a land that whispers to the soul and invites you to return.